That's it, I'm calling it now. FACEMINER is the best auto-clicker of the year. Okay, maybe the bar isn't that high. Auto-clickers are easy to make, addictive to play, and have been flooding every game store for decades. But FACEMINER? FACEMINER is different. Underneath the 90s aesthetic and the awesome synthwave soundtrack is a smart, well-crafted story that fits well within the game's mechanics. And while it may seem the game is about AI training and surveillance software, it actually goes way deeper than that, making connections about the exponential growth of technology and its impact on the environment. Also, you click on faces, and sometimes they're spooky. While similar games might dive deeper into resource management and optimization, FACEMINER actively punishes you for focusing on anything other than making numbers go brrr. I think that's how that's pronounced. More money, more data, all the RAM you could possibly download, just infinite expansion on a very not infinite Earth. And in true indie game fashion, the story isn't explained outright, instead telling an environmental narrative through emails, video clips, and a twist ending. But to really appreciate this clever combination of game mechanic, narrative, and message, we have to understand the story of FACEMINER. The symbols, the theme, the emails, there are a lot of emails. So let's get into the emails. These are the emails in FACEMINER. Oh, and spoilers ahead, obviously. When you first load up the game, you're taken to a main menu with a 90s computer monitor as the border, framing the game both literally and figuratively. After choosing your difficulty level, you're booted into a desktop environment running Windows 95, Miner OS. The bottom corner shows the real-world current date and time, with the year always set to 1999. So unfortunately, Miner OS was not Y2K compliant. On your desktop, there's a documents folder, a music player preloaded with certified bangers only, a system visualizer which you can't use yet, and the FACEMINER suite. Inside the documents folder, there's a job listing for a role in acquiring and cataloging biometric datasets. The ad gives the name of a company, the FACEMINER Corporation, with an address that according to the city of Palo Alto does not actually exist, and please stop calling them. There's also a video file labeled CV test clip which shows facial recognition software analyzing faces. Okay, so we're like doing data entry for facial recognition AI in the 90s. Easy. Clicking into the FACEMINER suite icon opens the hardware and infrastructure monitor, which displays your current computer stats like storage, memory, CPU, temp, and a few blank panels. These will be filled in with some terrifying implications soon, don't worry. You also have access to a classifier tool, which is used for, clicking on the faces, a marketplace where you can buy upgrades, and an inbox that provides all of the narrative elements in the entire game. Your first email comes from FACEMINER administration, congratulating you on your new position in the FACEMINER family and informing you that your account has been officially initialized. This email also makes it clear that you're not working at a data center, you are the data center. So your only point of contact to the outside world is emails from FACEMINER and other individuals running their own data centers. The job itself is simple. You buy datasets and click on any images that contain faces, getting paid for clicks and completion of the sets. The cleaner the data, the easier it is to process. But even in mostly pure datasets, some strangeness does occur. At level 5, you become a trainee and unlock the auto-clicker, called Auto Mode, and although it's slow and inaccurate at first, you can upgrade these in the marketplace at the cost of computer power. So managing these upgrades along with water and energy costs forms the main gameplay loop. As you begin your clicking journey, you start receiving emails from other miners, some motivational, others struggling to keep up with rising costs. FACEMINER admin sends a file to your documents folder titled Facial Recognition Through Neural Networks, A Path Forward. The article talks about how the software works, its potential as a global surveillance network, and how this technology could one day revolutionize the world of unlocking your phone without your hands. You also receive an external message from a Brother Tom, who's a journalist inquiring into hiring practices, but the FACEMINER administration makes it clear you are under strict NDA not to talk to outsiders. You're no snitch. Well, you're sort of a snitch. Where are these photos going anyways? Not important. You start getting emails from John Page, a CEO-type figure reminding you of the importance of teamwork. We're all in this together. What is it we're all in? Again, don't worry about it. Around this point, you get another external message, this one from Earth Defenders International, calling FACEMINER one of the world's largest polluters. Wait, I thought we were just growing the global police state. Soon after this, you get an email about a failed software encryption update, followed up immediately by an email from FACEMINER telling you to disregard the previous message. So yeah, it definitely seems like someone at FACEMINER has remote access to this desktop, which, considering your job is surveillance shouldn't be all that surprising. So that's what you do. Keep expanding, making your own DIY power grid with absolutely zero downsides. Oh wait, actually there's an email about the EPA's bloodhounds, John Page's words not mine, and a recent court order in which FACEMINER will now be charged for emissions. This unlocks the emissions panel, where you can buy different carbon offsets, or for $500,000, you can press the public relations button, which automatically triggers a green energy program. Around this point, you also unlock harvesting and cluster computing. Harvesting allows you to purchase cameras of your own to collect data for processing, and cluster computing lets you leech off of other data centers. They even send you threatening emails calling you a leech. FACEMINER admin sends a message to your documents folder that they say they hope you find encouraging. The video doesn't contain any context, but it shows a map of the US with the caption "Communities at Risk." It appears to show the spread of an environmental disaster, something like fire areas spreading throughout the US, although it more likely has to do with air pollutants based on other emails about air filters turning black in certain diagnoses. And yeah, FACEMINER admin said we should find this encouraging. You keep getting messages from other data centers, and they're starting to get pretty strange. People are talking about having trouble remembering the life away from the monitor, miners try to quit but can't, and those who believe in continuing their exponential growth begin separating themselves from other miners worried about trivial things like sustainability and food security. Another video clip comes in from FACEMINER HQ, this one hoping to provide clarification, except what it shows is a town completely covered in a flood. Another sign directly from FACEMINER themselves. While it looks like we're just innocently creating a global surveillance network, we're using the money we get selling personal data to increase our infrastructure at a growing cost to the environment. This is confirmed in another email from FACEMINER talking about how, due to their own processing demands, ambient wet bulb temperatures are being recorded at record highs, and that we should take this as a sign of success. We're closer than you think. With this email, the last panel in the infrastructure monitor appears, the planetary heat index. This is really none of our concern though, we're just doing what we're told and following full compliance by hitting that public relations button. It's so easy, almost as easy as hitting that subscribe button. Okay, that's the last one. As the Earth heats up, some miners start talking about taking off for bunkers. Others have formed the Janus Coalition, a movement aimed at shutting down FACEMINER. The ones who stay have taken the whole exponential growth thing to a new level, seeing it as a divine system that feeds itself, grows itself, perfects itself. Some start talking about a sort of religious movement called Ascension, which the FACEMINER administration wholly supports. Your new title level becomes Chosen One. Pretty on the nose, but okay. You also get Chosen 2 and then later Sovereign if you keep playing. It just keeps upgrading. A file gets delivered to your documents folder showing that 140 degrees is the point of no return. More emergency video transmissions showing fire and flood disasters spring up, but they're easily ignored by exiting out of the window. Messages from other miners start dwindling. Then, a message from an unknown sender says to prepare for system-wide integration. You get one more email from Brother Tom saying that you're currently the only employee and there may have never been other employees. Brother Tom isn't even sure you exist. The planetary heat index hits 140. Video transmissions begin flooding the screen faster than you can click out. A countdown appears. Sirens play while the screen glows red. When the timer hits 0, your computer shuts down and opens back up to Windows 95, Miner OS, Admin View. Okay, that's interesting. Here we have a few icons. When you click on Run Cycle, it opens a DOS window called Training Cycle Analysis, revealing that we were in a simulation the whole time. Okay, so this admin view raises some questions, but then answers them right away. We can see from this DOS window that this whole thing has been a training program focusing on desensitizing trainees into complying with total environmental annihilation in the name of exponential growth. In the log, it shows other data centers with messages like ethics containment unstable, so they're definitely interested in your ethics concerns, but we also see things like nuclear reactor optimization complete, so other versions of this training software may have other infrastructure upgrades or may be running different catastrophe simulations. So this means all emails you get from other data centers, from FACEMINER, and even from Brother Tom are all part of the training training program, designed either to keep you invested at all costs or testing your limits, how likely you are to give up or commit the ultimate sin of talking to an investigative journalist. So yeah, when Brother Tom talks about you being the only employee and whether or not you exist, I think that's just another test. This is all just testing your willingness to be the fall guy for the whole operation. I don't think all of the emails are fake though. I think the automated error messages from Rax Thorn are probably real, and the fact that it defaults to the admin view when the simulation is over point to this being more like an outdated version of the software. Okay, so like, what is FACEMINER Corp? Well, that's the thing. Since this whole simulation is called Miner OS, there probably isn't a FACEMINER corporation at all. There might even be other miner simulators, data miners or blockchain meme coin miners, but I do think in the game world, John Page is probably real. I mean, not that name exactly, but I do think Miner OS was put together under some sort of secret megacorp CEO, one who sees the link between global catastrophes and technological growth as a religious calling, believing it's their goal to enact some sort of great change in the world. And I think this is supposed to connect to our modern world. If this was a test version from the 90s, maybe the real version is currently playing out. The winning formula they found through testing being some sort of mix of AI, surveillance tech, blockchain, and YouTube synopsis videos. Since we do live in a time of exponential growth at the cost of our environment with no end in sight, then FACEMINER also has a message for us. It asks, what is our personal limit, and what would it take to make us stop pressing that button? Yeah, pretty deep for an auto-clicker, gotta say. I could also be missing a lot of the story. There seem to be websites mentioned in the game that don't seem to actually exist, and the messaging system may point to a larger story in the form of an ARG, but probably not. It looks like it just sends those messages to your inbox in a new game. But yeah, if I'm wrong about this, please let me know what you found. I really like this game and want to make more videos on it. And yeah, speaking of, this game is something like $8 on Steam, which honestly is maybe a little high. Something like $5 probably would have made a lot more sense. It takes around 2 hours to complete on the hardest difficulty, but you do unlock this unlimited money mode, which gives you some speedrun replayability. And you don't get every email every time, so if you're trying to piece together the story, there is a little more entertainment to squeeze out, but I guess if you watch a YouTube video on the story, then, well, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, definitely more of an auto-clicker than Resource Manager, but if this looks like your style, then you'll probably love it just like I did. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a bunch, and you know, just like lets me know to keep making this type of content. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.